Hello everyone, this is Kelder and I'm here today to give you some tips on how to go feudal on CK3. As you can see, I'm playing as Finland. I have almost all innovations gained, so let's get the time running while we are at it. First of all, how you get the innovations faster? You focus on raising development in your counties. As you can see, I have 0.2 for the progress per month. And other one to focus on is fascination. As you could see, my fascination progress was 99%. For that, scientific is a very good one. It gives you plus 33%, not of fascination, but of fascination. So if you have 50 fascination, you would get 35% off that 50 fascination as an extra for your fascination. So it's not direct plus 35, at least in my opinion. As far as I have seen, it doesn't increase by plus 35. Plant cultivation is also good for increased development in county. It's a counselor task. And scholarly circles gives 2 learning per level of devotion. Out of this whole tree, apart from learn on the job, that is the main one that gives you learning, which you need for fascination. And scholar gives plus 5. And also development growth, which is very important. As you can see, I have 33 development in my capital, and it's still going up. And I have 19 development on the bordering provinces. I have Finnish culture mainly focused around here, very focused, very good for development spread. Actually, the placement of my capital is also for development spread, because Häme or Tavast, as is in the game from start, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 neighboring counties. Olavinlinna, it seems to be neighboring, but it's not, because it doesn't share land borders. So you get very good place for development spread. And it's good to have a centralized culture, like very concentrated for this, especially if you start in the north. As you can see, the Sami people have very low developments compared to me. Even the Swedes have less. How to get development? You do the counselor tasks for development. You don't stop until you go feudal. And well, I didn't stop even after that. It's always better to have more progress for your innovations than less. That's just common sense. So yeah, without further ado, you look at this 11.345. Well, this is the main one, but this and the levies, income levies, they are going to drop once you go feudal. So that's why I have saved up some money. I have already played further from this save, but it's going to be a bit less than I wanted for going feudal, because you need to build buildings. Okay, now we are feudal. We get no money because our men at arms went from eating prestige to eating gold. That's why the prestige went up by 2.6 about. And as you can see from that, it cost 6.2 gold for upkeep, but it was just about 2.67 prestige, so they cost more prestige gold than prestige. Yeah, so now you have all these nice feudal buildings to build, and if you saved enough money you can build them. as I play in Finland, I have plenty of forest, so I have 2 plains, county, capital, castles, and 3 forests. And 2 of the forest lands are not coastal, so there is lack of economic buildings. So if you, especially if you lack levies after going feudal, I don't, for I prepared for this. I will show you a couple of things I did, but you can just make levies. Outpost is quite good, in my opinion. It's nice to have defender advantage and levies, and no, outpost is nice, but forest forts was what I meant. You get 4th level advantage holding taxes, levies and garrison, so it's much harder to crack your lands. And you get archer damage and toughness, which is nice, as Finns have the Metsänvartija, which is a special archer levy that the Finno-Greeks have. So for money buildings on plains, you can build farms, fields, pastoral lands. You can even go with hunting grounds, but farms and trade port are the ones with the most tax growth. Oh well, walls and towers is nice. Actually, I go with walls and towers instead of hunting grounds, though you can decide either way. Farms and fields is the first one you should get, cause it gives the most gold per month, which you now need, cause you went from feudal, rich feudal, no, tribal ruler to feudal. And trade ports are also nice. So coastal forest, castles, build a harbor. It gives more money. Forestry is also nice, but I usually go for harbor, outposts, no, not outposts. Well, outposts or military camps and forest forts and barracks. So I get more levies. I can keep easier. I have easier time keeping my vassals at bay. So yeah, you can also start building cities around, but those cost 500 gold, and they are not going to start making you gold that fast. I did go with cities, couple of cities in my own playthrough. Not playthrough, but on my own game, before getting my county buildings up, and that was a bit of a mistake, because I ended up crashing a 1 rebellion with my army, which cost something like 30 gold per month on minus, and I ended up 10 years in debt. Luckily no one attacked me, because I was very strong. I had conquered Brittany and Essex also at that game. So how you can prepare? You conquer some feudal land, and you put your dynasty members in charge. Because as a dynasty head you get the weak hooks to change their feudal obligations. I'm gonna show that with Duchy of Savo, which is now feudal, and I have a hook on, so I can increase their obligations. I can increase both taxes and levy contribution at once if I use a hook and give them sanctioned war declaration, which means they can declare wars without my approval, with higher crown authority, and they pay less for casus belli within the realm, which can lead to a bit of a destabilization. But now you need money and you need troops, so you can deal with that with a hook from being a dynasty member born after you became a dynasty head, after you got to extortionate and massive. Though the vassals won't like you that much, and that's why I focus on levies on my forest holdings with forest forts, hunting grounds actually, because they also give levies on higher levels, barracks and military camps. So that's about it for how to go feudal on Crusader Kings 3. So to recount, you want very high development in your capital. You want your capital in a position where it spreads the development into the highest amount of other counties possible. As you can see here, I get 1.6 per month. Of course, as a tribal, the counselor task for development increase gets malices, but I still got my barony of Hämeenlinna, the whole county of Häme, to 33, which is just one development away from Constantinople, and it is only the year 1026. So development for progress, fascinations for progress gain. There it's important to have scientific, and if you can do it, go for whole way for scholar. It gives development and fascination bonuses, plus you get learning, which gives more fascination. Chance per month. The progress chance development gives the brute progress. So if you get your base gain would be 0.3, I get 0.5 per successful fascination progress gain. Well, progress gain in innovation, because I have so high development. And you can play this system a bit by conquering some feudal land and planting your dynasty there, to use the weak hooks to prepare beforehand with higher levy contributions and tax contributions. And you also should have a nice bank, because you are not going to be getting much money, or you can even be losing money once you go feudal. So that's about it for this video. I hope you benefited from these tips. I am not an expert, but I have played maybe a bit more of this game in a week than I should have. So remember, enjoy gaming, and see you next time.